Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, I'm Alicia, and today I'm going to be bringing you my April TBR, which if you're not used to the bookish videos, that means to be read. The very first book that I want to talk about today is Lore, and this is one that I started in March. It is quite the endeavor. I'm loving it. It is a young adult fantasy book, and it's a retelling of some Greek mythology. Basically, what I think of a little bit is like Hunger Games meets Greek mythology. It's really good. It's really good. It is kind of graphic and gory in places, and I'm not super far into it. I'm on page 184, so it has really pulled me in, and I cannot wait to finish this book. So every 7 years the Aegon begins, and what that is when the gods come down to earth in a mortal form, and hunters, so all of these other bloodlines from these different Greek families, they hunt the gods in order to secure their place in the immortal world. So if a hunter kills a god, then they take that god's place and they rise and become immortal and become the new god. And in this book, where Lore is our protagonist, and she is kind of sucked back into the Aegon that she had walked away from for a while, and now she is helping one of the gods through the Aegon, and there's some other developments in here. I don't want to give too much away, but it is really good, and I'm really looking forward to finishing this one this month. My next book is The Elephant in the Room by Holly Goldberg Sloan. This cover, and you guys will hear me say this a whole bunch because I'm addicted to artwork, especially book art. So this book came in my Owl Crate Jr. book box. Yes, I'm obsessed with middle grade reads, and I love Owl Crate Jr. You know, that's a good idea. I should share a unboxing video soon with you guys. So when I get my April Owl Crate box in, I'll do an unboxing for you. But this one came in my March box, and it's The Elephant in the Room. And this is a book about a little girl whose mother has been gone for a little bit of time to get some immigration forms from another country. And her dad go on a service call. He's a mechanic and he's working on someone's vehicle. And this little girl has just really struggled with her mother being gone. So she goes with her dad on this service call, and she ends up meeting a man who, I think he's wealthy, won the lottery. She meets this grandfatherly man who only months before won the lottery. And with those winnings, her and this man, they adopt, or they rescue an elephant. They rescue a circus elephant named Veda. A story about the connection between animals and humans, and it's got heart and humor and just all the things. This sounds like such a feel-good read. I think it will have elements of like sadness, but also the love and connection between humans and animals. And I'm a big time animal person. And my daughter is too, so I can't wait for her to read this one after I finish it. That little stuffed elephant in my Owl Crate box too. So I will definitely do an unboxing for you guys. I love it. And if you have a middle grade kiddo, or if you're like me and you just love middle grade reads, I think you'd really like that too. It's like a little gift to yourself every month. My next book is Shadow and Bone, and this is a YA young adult fantasy. They are actually making a Netflix adaptation of this book, but I see this book, or this trilogy, it's actually part of a trilogy, all over booktube all the time. So I thought before this Netflix series comes out for season 1, I better read book 1, because I'm assuming season 1 of the show is probably going to be aligned with book 1 of the trilogy. So on the back it says Soldier, Summoner, Saint. Basically, this book is about an orphaned girl, and I'm just going to read the back of this one to you because even though I hear it talked about all the time, they don't want to give too much of it away because, again, they've usually read it once they get into it. but I will read the back of it to you. Orphaned and expendable, Alina Starkov is a soldier who knows she may not survive her first trek across the Shadowfold, a swath of unnatural darkness crawling with monsters. But when her regiment is attacked, Alina unleashes dormant magic not even she knew she possessed. Now Alina will enter a lavish world of royalty and intrigue as she trains with the Grisha, her country's magical military elite, and falls under the spell of their notorious leader, the Darkling. He believes Alina can summon a force capable of destroying the Shadowfold and reuniting their war-ravaged country, but only if she can master her untamed gift. As the threat to the kingdom mounts and Alina unlocks the secrets of her past, she will make a dangerous discovery that could threaten all she loves and the very future of a nation. So, again, this is part of a trilogy, and I'm really excited to get into this one. This next book is another book that I have seen all over booktube, but I could not wait to get my hands on it. I actually was able to rent this one at my local library, but it's When You Trap a Tiger by Tay Keller, and this is a Korean folktale, which I am so pumped about. If you don't know, my husband and I traveled to South Korea and loved it there. We stayed in Seoul and it was for about 11 days and it was incredible, and I cannot wait to go back, and I can't wait to take my kids back. So as soon as I saw that this was a Korean folktale, I was like, I am reading that book. And plus, look at this cover. I wish you could see the whole thing, but my library puts their barcode right on the front. So this is another middle grade read, and this is a story about a little girl who, her and her sister move with their mother to their grandmother. Their father has passed away, and so they move in with her sick grandmother, and a magical tiger straight out of her grandmother's Korean folk tales arrives, prompting Lily to unravel a secret family history. Long, long ago, her grandmother stole something from the tigers, but now they want it back. And when one of the tigers approaches Lily with a deal to return what her grandmother stole in exchange with her grandmother's health, Lily is tempted to agree, but deals with tigers are never what they seem. With the help of her sister and her new friend Ricky, Lily must find her voice and the courage to face a tiger. So this one just sounds so good, and again, with it being based around a Korean folktale, I'm really excited to dive into this one. It is middle grade, so this will be a really quick read. Okay, and then the next two books are adult fiction, and I got these in my Book of the Month box. If you don't know what Book of the Month is, it is a book subscription service where you can, at the beginning of the month, go in and pick out a book to have shipped directly to your home. You can get your first box for just $9.99, and a lot of these books are either early releases, debut authors, or they're just recently released books, and every single book that I've received from Book of the Month has been exceptional. I don't think there's been one that I've been kind of about. I love these books and this service, and I love that it comes directly to my home. And most of the time, I can get these books cheaper than I can if I were to buy it off of Amazon or another bookstore. So I really love this service. Last month, I got my box, and I had two. You can add on books to your box, so you get one with your renewal, your subscription. Your subscription is $14.99, but you can add on for $9.99 each. So I ended up getting two, and this first one is The Lost Apothecary. And again, sorry, but the cover is so pretty. I'm gonna go into this one not knowing a whole lot about it, but what I do know is that there is a lost apothecary that is found, and basically the apothecary was for women to get back at men. So it says, a forgotten history, a secret network of women, a legacy of poison and revenge. Welcome to The Lost Apothecary. Going into it not knowing a whole lot, but I'm looking forward to reading it, and I assume I will get through this one pretty quickly. I've heard really great things about this one. So that is that one. And then the last one, I think I've saved the best for last, because I have been trying to get to this book for months now, and it's Kristen Hanna's The Four Winds. So The Four Winds is a book about a mother raising two children during the incredibly tough times of the Dust Bowl, and she's in Texas. Again, this is following the Great Depression, and it's a story about survival and the hardships of this time. And Kristen Hanna just has a way with words. She wrote The Great Alone, which was about a mother and her daughter and their just survival in Alaska. That's the one with the abusive father. That was an intense book to read. It was really, really good, but a lot of parts of it were really hard to read, and I'm assuming that this one is probably going to have elements of the same thing. Again, I have seen nothing but rave reviews about this book, so I'm really looking forward to diving into it and reading through it. I know it'll be great. So if you weren't counting, that's 5.5 books that I'm going to read in the month of April. That is not including any audiobooks that I pick up with my Audible subscription, but I did want to share those books with you and just chat a little bit about them. I love talking books. Let me know down in the comments what books you're planning to read in the month of April. Be sure to follow me over on Instagram at @byaliciabrook. A lot of the time I share behind the scenes life over there and when I'm sneaking and reading, and I will be sure to do a book wrap up for you guys as well as an Owl Crate unboxing. If you enjoy this type of content, please give it a thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching and for being here. Thank you so much for all the support, and I will catch you guys soon. Bye.